Hey guys, welcome back and welcome to game number 2 of today. It's going to be Invasion.Gig versus ForLove. So we already have people dropping out, but that's no matter, it's not the captain. So we are in Group B this time. Invasion going against ForLove. ForLove, a team that comes from China. One of those teams that we have seen appearing from time to time, especially during the G League. They are considered as B teams, like, you know, the big teams are LGD, DK, and IG. Maybe Tongfu, no, not really. Tongfu is still not considered as one of the best teams around. And ForLove, Rising Stars, those are Chinese teams that are still very, very good. I'm not saying they're not good at all, but it's just the rank underneath, under the others. So we have Shen-Gigi, who is now the captain of Invasion.Gig. He used to be the captain long ago, and then he became the coach. Some of you may remember him co-casting with me a few games. But FZ was replacing him as the captain, and he was playing, well, he was being the coach, as he was saying. But now that FZ has actually gone to MUFC, Shen-Gigi is back into his own roster, and he is going to be the captain here. So for ForLove, I just don't remember their name. The problem is when they have Chinese name, it's very hard for me to. So Shen-Gigi, we see that he has the first pick, first ban, and we see the Darkseer and the Keeper of the Light getting banned. So this is not very uncommon. We see that the ABC, usually they like to do that as well. When they have the first pick, they go for the Darkseer and the Keeper of the Light ban, and the ForLove side decides to answer with a Batrider as well as a Shadow Demon ban. So is that because they don't really, they are not really afraid of the Nyx Assassin, or is that because they're baiting this Nyx Assassin pick so they can actually get their hand on a? Well, that wasn't really what I had in mind. I was more expecting having a Magnus and Rubik, so that the enemy can't really pick Rubik to counter, well, not really counter, but to punish the Magnus if he's not careful with his RP. But instead they're going to go for the Lifestealer Magnus. So Lifestealer, one of the carry that we see really often in the Southeast Asia. I mean, the other carry that we see a lot is the PL, of course. So PL, Lifestealer, those two guys are here all the time. Luna as well, but it's really about Lifestealer and PL in the Southeast Asia. So Lone Druid also gets a pick here, and he is going to be probably on the off lane. Lone Druid is very good against the Lifestealer due to the fact that the Lone Druid Bear Entangle goes through the Lifestealer's Rage, so even if you're magic immune, you will still be able to get rooted. And the Bear is also very annoying because he can push down towers very fast without you having to, you know, put yourself in a punishing position. I mean, Magnus, he loves when you're trying to push down the enemy tower because, well, when you're attacking a tower, there's just so many places you can be, right? You have to be close to the tower. So this is spelling perfect disaster for your team to happen when Magnus is around having a Blink Dagger. You're trying to attack the tower, and that's just Magnus waiting for the perfect opportunity to jump in and RP your ass off. Well, with the Lone Druid, you don't need to do that. You just send the Bear, and the Bear does the dirty work. So if the enemy want to defend the tower, they will be the one having to put themselves out of position to start pounding on that Bear, which usually is not what you want to do, because when you're defending your tower, you want to have the positional advantage. So Rubik now is gonna get picked by ForLove, since Invasion decided to go for the Brewmaster, and that means not only does Rubik, Invasion, they can't steal the Magnus RP anymore, but also Rubik gets a very good spell to steal, the Brewmaster Split. And it's not that hard, because as long as you survive the Brewmaster ultimate as a Rubik, as long as you're close to the Brewmaster when the Earth Panda, when the Brewmaster ultimate finishes, you will be able to steal his ultimate very fast. So Brewmaster ultimate, very easy to steal, even if he claps right after. The clap has a very long animation, so Rubik can steal the Brewmaster ultimate. And now we see the bans coming out. We see Leshrac and the Twin Head Dragon getting banned by ForLove. We see that Invasion.Gig, they have yet to pick a... Well, if Lone Druid is on the off lane, they still need one more carry and one more support. And on the other side for ForLove, they have the probably off laner and the carry. The Magnus could be in the middle lane as well. So Invasion.Gig decide to ban up the Shadow Fiend, who can be in the middle lane, the Dragon Knight as well. And this is, I mean, the Dragon Knight is not a ban we often see, but I guess it makes sense if you want to put your Brewmaster middle, and I'm not really sure though, because Brewmaster in the middle lane, he's not losing the lane to Dragon Knight. That's something to know, but the thing is, Dragon Knight has a very long stun, so it's very punishing for the Brewmaster because he wants to have his ultimate off, right? And if you stun him for 4 seconds, it's something that he really, really dislikes because you want to be waiting until the perfect moment to use a clap. And your ultimate, no, not the clap, I mean your ultimate as a Brewmaster, the Primal Split. So having a potential 4-second stun coming your way means that you have to pretty much use your split prematurely if you don't want to die before using it. So Chen is going to be the last ban here, and we see a Queen of Pain getting banned. So they really want to give Brewmaster a lot of space in that middle lane so he can farm as easily as possible. And on the other side, ForLove is concerned about early pushing because Lone Druid Bear can push very easily. Brewmaster can force the team fight at the tower. Brewmaster in himself can't really push down the tower because, well, he can use the clap to clear the creep wave, but he can only right-click the tower, right? It's not like the Leshrac who has the double edict or anything like this. However, what the Brewmaster offers is that as soon as he's level 6, if you want to take down the tower, well, you're just gonna brute force your way in. Because Brewmaster, the ultimate is just so powerful at early levels, it's like the, you know, the Undying's Tombstone at the early levels. You just can't kill the pandas fast enough. And that just gives you space to kill those towers. And Phantom Lancer is going to be the carry here. Invasion.Gig making that choice. So we are going to see Cancer Lancer once again in that game. We have to see how Invasion is going to handle that one because ForLove, they as a Chinese team are usually more perfectionist than the Southeast Asian team. I don't want this to come out as a stereotype, but it's just general observation. Chinese team are more careful and they are more, how do we say that? They make less mistakes. That's what I want to say, because usually, even if the skill level is pretty much the same, and I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying if it is the same, the Chinese teams tend to make less mistakes. So you see less bad calls, less miscommunication problems, and they usually make less mistakes as well when in distress, because that's something we see from time to time as well. When teams start to lose some team fights, they start to react a bit maybe prematurely, or they want to force things to happen, and very often it doesn't work. Sometimes it actually works and it turns the game back into their favor, but from time to time, and most often, should I say, it doesn't work and they just get further and further behind because they want to force stuff and they just waste time and waste money to do that. So ForLove, they're taking the time. They see that Phantom... Whoa, an anti-mage pick, that's very, very greedy. So I guess we'll have a solo anti-mage or solo lifestealer on the safe lane and an aggressive tri-lane with the lifestealer. I guess it's gonna be the anti-mage solo top lane because I don't see how the offensive tri-lane is gonna work with an anti-mage. I mean, anti-mage is not bad, but Lion's gonna be the last pick, so giving Invasion a lot more control. That's a Hex with no cast time. It really screwed up the anti-mage real bad because anti-mage, well, with the Hex for 4 seconds you can't really blink away, and you also have the stun to further you know, disable the anti-mage. But remember that Lifestealer, he has this 6-second rage, so Lion will have to be careful. If you get caught, he's gonna go down immediately.
10 seconds remaining.
And he's gonna be a high priority target for ForLove side because Lion is really, really annoying for those carry heroes in the late game. He has this burst damage that can... Well, the burst damage is not going to do a whole lot because Magnus is usually pretty tanky. Last year is also very tanky. Anti-Mage is innately tanky versus magic. Rubik even has the, you know, the spell shield, basically the null field. And Windrunner is going to be the last pick. So I'm quite confused of how they're going to lane this. I remember Puppy did try to go for a Jungle Magnus once, but it didn't work at all. And we'll have to see. I think it's still going to be Anti-Mage, Magnus, Lifestealer on 3 different lanes. Nothing really crazy. Windrunner is going to be playing support, and Rubik as well. And on the other side, we'll see a tri-lane with the Phantom Lancer, very likely. The Lone Druid in the off lane and the Brewmaster solo in the mid lane. So I'm not really sure what the name of the Chinese guys are, and I know that in Invasion side, Cutie Girl, I think it's Ghost. Invasion Smiley is I just can't really remember all the. So we have Haze, Cutie Girl, who is Ghost, Bei, Shen.Gig, and I'll try to see who the last guy actually is. So anyway, there's a post going on, so we'll have okay. Yeah, for love, bear with them. They posed a game, but it's because they actually played for a very long time against Mistrust. Mistrust, I think, had some issues with the internet, so they had to pause the game a long time. Okay, so who are you? Oh, so he is Snow. So Smiley is Snow. We have Haze, Snow, Ghost, Bai, and this is Shen.Gig. And on the other side we have Hansi. This I think is well, I'm not really sure what that means, but maybe I think I remember him the name being Yo or something. And this guy is Soulmate, with a very accurate portrait of Rock Lee for Soulmate. So Ghost is gonna head to the top lane with the Lone Druid for the Invasion side. We have on the bottom lane Shen.Gig gonna be playing that Lion, Bai on the Nyx Assassin, Haze on the Brewmaster rushing up a bottle, and we have Snow on the Phantom Lancer rushing up that well, very likely to be Tranquil Boots as usual. On the other side, for love, for the Chinese, we have Hansi on the Windrunner. Yo, no, this is not Yo, this is Soulmate on the Lifestealer. We have High Fish on the Rubik with a new helmet that looks pretty cool. And, well, 8K is going to be solo in the middle lane. So yeah, I guess this was a possibility I did not really consider. And I think, yeah, Magnus should have a way better time on the top lane versus the Lone Druid than the Anti-Mage. Due to the fact that, well, Magnus can still farm with a Shockwave, and I mean, the Anti-Mage would just get out-laned and out-harassed so bad by the bear that it wouldn't be even funny. Whereas the Magnus still has the way to farm. Oh, it looks like a double damage rune picked up by Bai. They want to go on Hansi, but Hansi is gonna get stunned now. Fish is still going on Bai, and Bai might fall here. He falls, and Shen.Gig now is in trouble. It's gonna stun all three, but his Phantom Lancer is nowhere near. And I think he's going to be in trouble. He's going to use a salve. He's going to get cancelled by Hansi. And the slow is going to come back in 5 seconds. Shen.Gig is nowhere near his tower. There's no support coming his way. And he's just going to get lifted into the air. Brought back. He's going to stun Hansi, but he is going to die. So this is already 2 kills for love. And as I was saying, the Chinese team, very often, they won't make the mistakes. And that's exactly what happened here. They saw that they had the kill opportunity. They knew that the Nyx had double damage, but they still knew that they could kill him. Because the target was the Windrunner, and Windrunner can always Windrun out of trouble. And in the mid lane, Brewmaster having a terrible time here. It seems like he's getting out CS'd and out harassed and also out denied by these anti-mage. So 8K really doing very well at his, well, his job, I guess, because oh, he's gonna get stunned now, taking some harassment damage. He doesn't really mind, and he's gonna rush up a Tranquil Boots. But this harassment from Lion is just starting to get on his nerves because, well, taking down a solo Brewmaster is gonna be fine because he knows Brewmaster can't really harass him. But Shen.Gig on that Lion, since he's a range hero, he can just keep on right clicking him. And Invasion, the bottom lane though, it's gonna be the sacrificial line because now that Lion is no more here, well, Snow is not gonna have a good time. You see that he has 4 creep kills though, so he's still doing fairly okay. 6 creep kills for the Lifestealer. And Rubik disconnects from the game, so it gets a little crash here. Top lane, what's happening? We have a Yo with 8 for 2, and we have Ghost with 8 for 0. So it's pretty much of a wash at the top lane. The middle lane, Anti-Mage still leading the way, but this Shen.Gg Lion is being very, very annoying. And that's actually quite a good answer, because the bottom lane wasn't really going their way anyway. They just gave a double kill already at level 1, so that means their supports are less level than the enemy supports. They have the Rubik level 2 already, they have the Windrun level 2 already, they have Lysia level 2 already, and Nyx is barely level 1, so, and Lion would be level 1 as well. So on that bottom lane, if they really try to force their way in, they would have a terrible time. Plus, the Observe Ward from For Love is blocking that camp, so not like the Lion can leech experience by pulling or control the lane by doing that. He would be just forced to stand behind the Phantom Lancer, and they pretty much know that at that point they don't really need that much help for the Phantom Lancer. If he tries to, if the enemy try to go on him, he can use the Double Walk to get away. There's no Sentry Ward on those supports, so he knows that he's safe. And he even have the Nyx Assassin to back him up in case something happens. But apart from that, Lion wouldn't be useful there. So instead of just sitting on the bottom lane, leeching experience and just wasting Nyx Assassin's experience as well, he's gonna go in the middle lane and make sure that 8k is not gonna farm too much. Though 8k right now has the Ring of Regen coming in, a healing cell, and he's gonna go for a Tranquil Boost to just farm his way in the middle lane. Problem is, Haze now have a bottle. So the thing about bottle is that even if you're mana burning the panda, he's gonna just sip the bottle, use the clap, so he won't have any mana to burn anyway, and then as soon as the anti-mage is no more near him to use the mana break, he will just drink again the bottle and then clap again. And anti-mage, even though he has the the magic armor coming from the spell shield, he's still gonna take a lot of harassment damage. Plus, it's not good to fight against the Brewmaster when you're clapped, because you have reduced attack speed as well. So, well, kind of like running out of things to say here. The pose, the dire side now have 750 gold experience advantage, and the gold graph is 1000 gold advantage, all due to the fact that, well, double kill in the level 1. And Rubik, he doesn't have a smoke, so they can't really smoke gank at that point. They may be able to catch a easy kill in the middle lane though, because with Windrunner and the Rubik plus the anti-mage, Brewmaster might be a bit too much trouble to bring down. But Shen.Gg on that Lion, it's a very slow hero, it's a very squishy hero, so it's very easy to kill. And Illusion is gonna get picked up by Fish anyway. He knows that the anti-mage doesn't go for a bottle, so he doesn't really mind the Rubik stealing up that rune. It's better him than the enemy panda. Top lane, Magnus has the bottle if he wants to buy it, and usually we see Magnus going for bottles and then bottle crawling. I'm not really sure if the Chinese do that a lot. What I know is, I think YYF, whenever he's playing that, like for example, the Bounty Hunter, he likes to go for the bottle. So offlane bottle is not very, very uncommon anyway. It's pretty much standard. Some other prefer to go for the the Arcane Boots. But since Magnus is likely to receive a lot of harassment damage from the bear, he will probably need some regen, and Bottle is just going to provide this for free. The Bottle crowing, if he goes for the Arcane Boost, he still needs to buy tangos and stuff. And if he goes for the Bottle, he doesn't really need to do that. So, Spirit Bear, we see that he has an Orb of Venom, the Soul Shield, and Lone Druid, he doesn't have a whole lot, but he's going to farm up his way. Well, it looks like Rubik is kind of gone for good. So they have to hurry up, because the problem is the schedule is getting later and later behind, and that's not good for the whole entire tournament. We'll still have another game today coming up later on. It is going to be Chain Stack versus First Departure, and then there are still 2 games going on the Beyond the Summit streams later in the day, because the Group C that has MUFC in it have 5 teams instead of 4. So instead of having 3 games, 3 rounds, should I say, because there's 2 games. Well, instead of that, it's going to be 5 rounds. So it's going to be way longer. Mei Lian 进来 130. I think he is changing computer because his computer absolutely blew up or something. For the little thing I actually understood. Oh, yep, he's back. So Highfish is back. We're gonna be able to jump back into the game. Just checking if everything is okay. Yes, it is. And go time. So DotaTalk is gonna wait for the enemy team to resume the game. And it's gonna be go. So we see Rubik planning on a sentry ward here. That's also to see if there's any ward around there for the Radiant side to make sure. Oh no, actually that's a Dark side ward, so never mind. Never mind, I am wrong guys, sorry about that. We see two Dire wards, one there and one there. Yes, so it was the Rubik dive. Oh god damn it, I just get confused after a while. So Rubik did throw down a sentry ward to make sure that there was no vision there, so he knows that there's no one able to see him picking up that illusion rune. Not that he cares anyway. And it looks like Highfish is gonna do the same thing as the Lion from DotaTalk. He's gonna go in the middle lane and support that anti-mage. He sees that on the bottom lane. It's very unlikely that we'll get a kill, so they don't really mind about that. They know that Lyster is just able to farm with the Windrunner here. So it's finally it became a 1-2-2 setup for both of those teams. It's going to be less about the kills and more about the farm. So the supports are here to defend their carries. They're not here to go and try to get the kills. Phantom Lancer is going to eat a power shot in the face. That's a level 2 power shot as well. It's a lot of damage. Bai is just going to mana burn that pesky Windrunner, but he's going to take some right clicks for that. And by some, I mean a handsome of right clicks, because that's a lot of damage coming up from the Windrunner. Just the right clicks, 57 damage per click. Oh, we see that Windrunner is actually going to get jumped on. She has the Windrun if she needs it, so she's going to be fine. But that forces her to eat through all his consumables. Phantom Lancer is also only one tango left away from no consumables. And Nyx Assassin will only be able to give him one tango. So hence, he's looking for a power shot to maybe cancel that... Oh. 8k, we see that he's taking a lot of damage, but Fish is here. And Fish even has 2 clarity potions, not really sure why. Windrunner actually gave him one, so that's pretty surprising in my opinion. And that's our issue, to have 2 melee in the bottom lane, because Windrunner can just harass these guys out without really too much trouble. Lifestealer also already got a phase boost, so he's gonna be very fast to catch up to the enemy. And Highfish is gonna come back with a double damage route. They know that Bai is out of position, and he is gonna get stuck here between Highfish and the rest of the team. He's gonna go down. He doesn't have the spike herb. He's gonna get slowed. He's gonna stun that Rubik, but he's gonna go down. There's no question asked here. He is stuck. Again, bad positioning by this Nyx Assassin. They didn't know what the Rubik was, and going here is way too risky. He should have been around there, but I guess you can't really... Oh, so yeah, Highfish is gonna force Snow away, and Snow, by getting forced to use the double walk, is 150 mana down the drain. That's a Spirit Lance, and that's not what you want to do. You really want to save up that mana to be aggressive, and this double walk just didn't really save his life, because Rubik wouldn't have been able to kill him, but with a double damage rune, he can deal just so much damage that he pretty much had to use it. Otherwise, he would be in, in huge trouble to just stay in the lane. Now, Anti-Mage has the Tranquil Boots, but do you see that the harassment coming from Haze with the clap is still a lot to withstand for? So, 8k, the Tango was given by Rubik. Rubik has a magic stick with 6 charges, so that's a lot as well. Keep that in mind if you want to fight against him. And it looks like they want to go onto... Oh, Lone Druid is just so low on health! And... Whoa! One more right click! No, Fish! Oh, Fish is... He's not gonna get that kill, but Magnus thankfully had enough mana for that. Nyx in the middle and actually gets anti-mage, so they do manage to find a kill. But I must say, Ghost here, playing very, very aggressively, with maybe only like 100 health remaining. And that Rubik almost making the terrible mistake of letting the Lone Druid live. he would have been stuck anyway, but one TP would have killed the Rubik, because Rubik is not very tanky. You saw that tower diving, even if he didn't go straight in, he still took half of his HP as damage. So imagine if he just gets stuck there with the bear blocking the view, that would have been terrible. So as far as the farm goes, we see that Lifestealer and Magnus are on top of the game. We see Brewmaster also doing very well. Anti-Mage is doing fairly well as well, and also Ghost is doing okay. But Snow is just not getting anything. Every time he gets near, Hansen may be in trouble here. He's gonna go down. That was a bit too a bit too risky of a move. He went in trying to harass Snow, but Lion came in at a very nice time, and the Hex has no cast animation, as I want to remind you guys. So that means no win run possible. As soon as he sees you, you're gonna get Hex. But Lifestealer right now, he's okay. He's level 5 already, has 3 level in Rage, he has Phase Boot, so you can't really bring him down easily. I think that even if you have the entire trial lane coming up to him, you may not be able to kill him. You may need like Brewmaster or something. And Brewmaster will be screwed back. He has the ultimate. He's not going to be able to use it. Now he is. And Magnus is in trouble. Magnus is in huge trouble. And he's going to go down. So Hans actually also taking a lot of damage. Not really sure why he's staying with the pandas. Oh, Brewmaster is gonna get power shot in the face.
Pain meet ugly. Ugly.
So I guess, yeah, I guess he wanted to block the path of the Panda Brewmaster, and he was successful at doing so. One power shot was just all they needed to take down this Brewmaster. So in the end, they still get a very, very even trade. But I'm sure that Magnus didn't want to die for that. That's not what you want to do when you use the RP. You're looking for a clean kill, not a trade. And 8K is going on the top lane now, but against a Lone Druid, it's going to be a bit more difficult. Though he has a Tranquil Boots, so he's going to be able to heal and farm. But you see that already Anti-Mage taking some harassment damage. And he can't really do the same for a Lone Druid. If he just jumps on the Lone Druid, he's going to be afraid of getting entangled by the bear. Now we see a TP coming up. It's going to be Fish. He's level 6 as well, but there's no spells to steal. I mean, Lone Druid, what are you going to steal? Oh, yeah, you may steal the Spirit Bear. That's great. You may be able to entangle if you're lucky. So now we see Lone Druid. It's gonna get brought into the air, and the High Fish is not gonna even bother to spell steal, but anti-mage damage is gonna be enough. You see that he went for 2 11 mana break, and the mana void was enough to deal the additional damage. And I'm curious. I mean, Fish, I would have loved to see him spell steal the bear, cast the bear, and then just hope and pray for an entangle while the bear is just morphing to his melee form. That would have been great, and that would have been very enjoyable to see. And whoa, look at that! That is some nifty placement here, right into the stones. I'm not really sure if it's normal, if it's intended, or if you can do that in Dota 1. But I'm pretty sure it gives a lot of vision. In the middle lane, nope, not gonna see anything. That's gonna be fine. So we see Magnus, he has the Arcane Boots and the bottle as well. Fish has stolen the Thunderclap, and that's going to be a lot of damage. On the bottom lane though, we see Hansu. No, he's getting chased by an illusion. I was seeing like so many things on the minimap, and was like, oh, they are going to go down, but nope. Only an illusion coming from Snow, so Snow is actually going for a Soul Ring Tranquil Boost. I like the fact that they did go for that, because they are trying to harass as much as possible. They is going to go on Lifestealer, and Lifestealer has all his mana drain, so he can't escape. Now Hansen is going to try to run away. He has 10 charges of Magic Stick, and he's going to get Spirit Lanced, but Yo is here. Top lane, they want to go onto the Lone Druid again. And High Fish, he has a Thunderclap, so this time he has even more damage in his name. So the bear is actually going to get sent out in the air, and the Lone Druid is going to get slowed down, but are they going to be able to bring him down? Looks like AK Real won that kill. High Fish is going to get entangled, and he's going to die for that. So Anti-Mage just went very, very far to make sure that he get the kill. The Lone Druid though, the Entangle, net his ally kill, and that's always good. And these anti-mage just blink on Shen.Gg. Shen.Gg maxed out the Earth Pike, Tool, Point, and Hex. Anti-mage is looking for a is that gonna be a Vanguard anti-mage, or is just that he's no, it's probably just going to be a Battle Fury anti-mage. We rarely see the anti-mage going for Vanguard anymore since the introduction of Tranquil Boots. It's pretty much unheard of that you get the Battle Fury anymore. Like, the only hero I actually saw the Battle Fury on was maybe the Myzzrym when she was doing terribly bad. So she needed an item to survive, and she went for this that Vanguard. Brewmaster gets a haste turn, and that's actually very good for the Brewmaster. Gonna be able to just run after someone and just keep on right-clicking his face. And the fact that Phantom Lancer goes for the Tranquil Soul Ring instead of just rushing, for example, something else like a Drum or Radiance makes it so he can harass the enemy out of the lane. And that's very good for him, because right now he can't really stand in the lane and just farm passively. Oh! Nope. We're gonna see this ghost walk, double walk as well. Hence is actually getting blocked between two illusions. Nice play here by the Phantom Lancer, but not gonna be enough. That Soul Ring is also gonna provide him additional regeneration. Right now he's sitting at plus 8 HP per second passively, so that's a lot. He's gonna be able to just stand on the lane and then just spam. Oh, RP is gonna run onto the Phantom Lancer, but the problem is, oh, they have a Sentry Ward. Okay, so they are still gonna be able to take down the Phantom Lancer. I was a bit concerned because the Shackle Shot was not chained. He just threw that right after the RP. So again, we see on the top lane the Lone Druid getting taken down by the Rubik and the Anti-Mage. That's the third time already, so you gotta be more careful. I mean, it's a bit uncanny there that he goes down. It's usually the Lone Druid. The reason why you pick him as well is just because he's tanky and very hard to kill. So when you're only getting killed by two heroes, it's not showing that anything is going well. So Leicester is going to go for that Drum Phase Boots. Again, it's going to be movement speed build. It just works so well. Winner is looking for hey Tranquil Boots. Fish is just leveling up by pulling the creeps, and Anti-Mage is getting closer to that Battle Fury. It's not that early of a Battle Fury, but remember that was an Anti-Mage who was solo middle for a long time, and that got harassed away by the Lion. So still a very good. Oh no, Shen.Gg actually missing that Sun, and here comes Magnus. We see that the Panda Brewmaster is gonna force a ultimate. Now we see Leicester trying to kill Shen.Gg, and with the help of Hanse's power shot, it's gonna be enough. Now we see that Hanse is just gonna use the win run, but there is Bay coming from behind, and Rubik is gonna follow there. Hayes is going to try to run away. He's still full HP at that point. Magnus disconnects, and Nyx Assassin 5 seconds before the stun. Leicester has 2 seconds before open wound, and Hanse is out of mana, but if he uses the magic wand, he still has one shackle shot or one power shot. So Brewmaster or Nyx Assassin, he still has 11 seconds cooldown on the Spike Carapace, so he won't be able to escape if they decide to go on him. Rubik also disconnect. Everyone disconnecting. What the hell is happening in China? So Lone Druid, we see that he's just really poor at that point. Tranquil Boots, and the fact is even that the bear doesn't have he's in here. I mean, the bear, he just get killed so many times that the bear is on cooldown because he died with the bear already resummoned. So that shows that the Lone Druid actually is getting a horrible time in that game, whereas Anti-Mage, he's fine. He's actually leading the CS chart. I mean, this is not a heavy farm game right now. Even though the heroes are looking for farm, we see that it's 14 minutes into the game, and the highest creep score is actually 64, which is something you would expect for a safe lane carry at 10 minutes into the game. So since the game was actually 2-2-1 and not 1-1-3, both the carries didn't get like a lot of farm. We see that the Leicester also with 61 creep kills. as the Rubik left the lane to go in the middle lane to help the anti-mage. And let's take a look at the net worth. So Fish is gonna come back into the game, thankfully. It's not gonna take ages this time. And the Panda Brewmaster is leading the way by a very few amount. But that's because the Claymore is already bought by the anti-mage. And now we're gonna resume the chase.
Alright.
You see that Leicester is gonna decide to go onto that Nyx Assassin. And the slow is gonna start. Power shot is gonna land, sealing the fate of that poor Nyx Assassin. This Shackle is not gonna be latching, but here comes PL from behind. And again, there's gonna be a pause. 700 MS. Okay. Let's see that. Apparently everything's fine. Oh no, 700 yeah, it's actually lagging a lot for Shanghai to Fuji, Singapore. Oh yeah, those two guys are lagging their face off. Which is strange since like the other Chinese guys have 150. Those two have 670. And if you're wondering who that is, it is a lifestealer, I think. Yeah, the lifestealer has 600 ping, and the other guys is the anti-mage. Yeah, the anti-mage also has 600 ping. And it's not getting better. Yeah, I'm kind of concerned for those two guys. Because if they play with 600 ping, that's not going to be very good for them. Hopefully the game is going to resume soon. I can't really promise anything. I'm sorry about that, guys. It's just post-fest going on right now. But that's what happened when the servers are going bonkers. Anti-Fun versus Cancer Lancer. That's two generation of very annoying hero. Anti-Fun was leading the way for ages. And then Cancer Lancer just came back to dethrone the anti-mage. Oh god. Oh god. Especially since the problem is not coming from the server, I guess, because well, the other players have around 150 ping from China, so that means it should be okay. I guess it's just their internet provider that has some hiccups or something. But now we're just gonna pray and wait for them to reconnect. Is Idea ready? I don't know, Ninja Boogie. I'm just gonna ask around. I don't know. I'm still stuck in For Love versus Invasion. They pose forever. Alright, so both of those guys are back in the game. The ping is still 650, so I'm not really sure how they're gonna solve that. The problem is we still have a schedule to follow, so even if they have 600 ping, I know it's not really fair, but the game has to go on. Well, I guess I could check with the other admins. KKU host and tell me the password. I tell the admins. No ideal the password. Okay, so new int hosted for next game versus ideal. The password is no ideal. Please tell. I just realized I'm a huge retard because I just said the password on stream. Please do not go and spam their channel, alright? So who's that? I do not know you, so I guess I'm just gonna go ignore. Again, guys, I apologize for the long delay. But the Chinese players currently 8K and I don't really know what the name is, are playing with 600 pings. So, oh yeah, that's Soulmate. Every time I just see the Rock Lee avatar, I just remember, oh, okay, so yeah, Soulmate. And this is Zippo. High Fish is actually Zippo, yeah. So I guess I'm just gonna call him Zippo from now on. I'm sorry about that, guys. I was totally clueless. And that's Bew Bew Bew. Okay, so we have Bew 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 on the Windrunner and Zippo on the Rubik. 8K, I think that's his real pseudonym. Yeah, it's 8K. So he has always been 8K, and I'm gonna call him 8K. The only guy that I'm really concerned about the name is this guy, because I'm really unsure of how to pronounce that. I'm pretty sure, remember it's Yo or something. But if you guys could tell me in the stream chat, if you know better than me how to pronounce that name, feel free to do so, because, well, I definitely don't know. So 8K is back to 100 ping, that's good. The problem is Lifestealer still has 600 ping. Yeah, he's spiking at 900 ping now. Lifestealer is still 800 ping. Well, I was just telling them that we couldn't really pause anymore. The admins would be pretty mad at us if we still delayed the game. I know the problem is it's not good for the player either. It's not their fault. It's something that just goes beyond their own power, and I know it's very hard to play with 600 ping. You have to be really frustrated when that happens because you just can't play properly. But the schedule is the schedule. We are already late, and we're late by a very big amount of time, so it's still 500 ping. Oh, wait. No, he's down to 200 ping. So we may actually get to go now. Okay. Go time. So guys, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. It's apparently gonna go. Hopefully the game is not gonna last too long. Otherwise we may be in trouble here. No, wait, what? Gotcha. Oh, okay, hotkeys. Yeah. He switched computer. I think he was in a LAN cafe. That's probably here. So yeah, here we go. Magnus is just gonna skewer away. The clap is gonna land on Henson. But oh, Henson might actually die here. He's gonna go die. The crit from Hayes, take that kill. But I must say, if it wasn't posed, maybe, I say, really maybe the Magnus would have died, because the pose just gave him all the time he needed to just react accordingly and use a shockwave into the immediate skewer. In the heat of the action, sometimes you don't have the time to do that immediately. So Teammate is just farming up the jungle, he's waiting for that Battle Fury to come, and it's almost here, it's 600 gold away. Last year is gonna go for an armlet now, so he's not gonna go for that Senjin Yasha. That item, which used to be called the noob item by excellence, you don't know what to do, you do a Senjin Yasha. High Fish is gonna again put a ward here. So this is for love special ward placement. And apparently Fish is gonna pay the price for that, because he went very far in to do that and he got caught on his way out. So if you play against For Love, remember, this award here, they like to do that. And that's like the second time in this game, so it must be one of the very common award of For Love. So top lane, Lion's level 8. Actually, Lion gets a lot of levels here, and he has a lot of disable now to his arsenal. And Bay's also level 8. Everyone's getting a lot of... Oh, 8k! 8k, that's not where you want to be. That's gonna be a dead anti-mage. And he was very close to his Battle Fury as well. Now he's just gonna get further and further behind. Tower's falling down. Magnus has a Blink Dagger. He's looking for a RP, but did decide to go against it. Bottom lane, we see that TP coming in. It's gonna be Phantom Lancer coming back with that Soul Ring, just gonna harass Hansa out of the lane. And he's gonna be fine eating those power shots. He doesn't mind. He has the healing potential to stay on the lane. And let's take a look at the levels. Level 11, 11, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 8, and 8, 8. So now is gonna be the peak efficiency of Lion. As soon as he hits level 9, he has the maximum disable duration, and he has the Finger of Death, which deals a whole shit ton of damage. Once he's gonna pop level 11, that's gonna be another threshold, but that's already one of the, you know, the hardest cap to pass is already done for Lion. It's getting to that level 9 and getting those disables. Nyx Assassin, though, he may want to have a few more levels. He needs really to have all his skill maxed to be most efficient as possible. Usually 1 point in mana burn is enough, but despite Carapace, you definitely want that to be maxed out. It's like a mini Ravage. You run into the team fight, you hit everyone, I mean, you get hit by everyone, and you just stun everyone for 2.4 seconds. That's a mini Ravage. It's exactly the same thing.
Illusion.
So Anti-Mage gonna find that Illusion Rune, gonna be very happy to farm some more with that Illusion Rune. Bottom lane, it's gonna be Yo getting that huge amount of creep wave. And again, harassment coming from the Phantom Lancer, but unlike the Windrunner, he's gonna be fine. He has the bottle to shrug it off. In Power Shot in mid lane, they are trying to defend the towers, but with that Brewmaster in the Lone Druid, you see that the tower are falling. And the Brewmaster is not scared. Brewmaster is even gonna blink away from the shackle. The tower is taking a lot of damage, but it's not in deny range yet, and Phantom Lancer denies the tower in the top lane. Anti-Mage goes onto Phantom Lancer, but he can't really kill him. Spirit Lance is gonna follow Anti-Mage to the end of the earth. And Phantom Lancer now has a Drum of Endurance as well, so he's not easy to kill. Here comes a clap, 4-man clap into the ultimate. And we see that High Fish is gonna be the target here. He's gonna go down already, so that's no spell steal. The second, I was going to say support hero, but it's not even the support hero, it's Life Stealer coming in. The Anti-Mage is gonna use his ultimate on Shen GG, I'm not really sure why. And he's gonna get stunned here, he's gonna get stunned again. And here comes the RP onto 2, saving the Anti-Mage by an inch, but now he may be in trouble. The Life Stealer is coming back, and he's gonna rage away. That fight not going well at all for Love. They never joined yet. I think LD posted that game. Try to see. So I'm sorry. I occasionally have to also try to coordinate some teams around because it's really messy as how it's going on. Magnus has that Blink Dagger, but he didn't find that big RP. He did use the RP to save his ally though, and Winner is close to that mechanism. Doesn't want to die though. If Sheep, nope.
The Dire best do something.
Invis on the Magnus now. That's gonna be no. The RP is not up yet. He's far from being up. Shen-GG is gonna be target here. The Shackle again missing up, and Shen-GG gets a 2-man stun. Plus almost killing that poor Windrunner, who did survive, but now the bear is just gonna go and hammer onto the Windrunner, and Winner is out of Windrun. Windrunner might even go down here. No, the bear doesn't do. I was gonna say the bear doesn't do enough damage, but Brewmaster has a Blink Dagger. How could I forget that? He used the Blink Dagger to get a 4-man clap, and now he's gonna be last year out of position. He's gonna be using that rage to get out. Is he gonna be able to escape? Oh no. Oh no. One more right click, but he's gonna stay alive. Nyx is gonna get skewered back and killed. And Magnus now is going to go onto that Brewmaster and onto the PL, who goes down. And it looks like yep. Fish is gonna fall. So Zippo is gonna fall here. Magnus is almost dead as well, and he's gonna fall. Brewmaster trying to run away, won't be able to. The ultimate was on cooldown, the Blink Dagger was on cooldown as well. So Bew trying to get the mech, and he almost has it as well. And I was talking before the game started about the fact that Chinese team were really careful, but Zippo and Bew, they made some very bad decisions here, like planting down the ward when you don't see the enemy support. That was not careful at all. So that's just going against everything I just said. I guess it just depends on the team then. So mech is up. Windrunner is gonna help his team a lot with that, because the Brewmaster really starts off the fight usually very well with a Blink Clap, and that's 300 damage that will be nullified by this mechanism. Plus the armor is gonna help. Armor always help. Anti-Mage got a Battlefury and he's now starting to farm. The Antifan is coming back, and he's facing the Cancer Lancer. Who's gonna win against that? Oh, Rubik is gonna get caught. But they're gonna turn around, and Anti-Mage is gonna be the casualty of war. Even though, very nice RP onto 4. There's no follow-up damage, and Magnus is gonna fall as well. He can't escape from that. He's gonna die. And that's just the power of the Lion. A Lion, the reason why he's not picked that much is because he needs levels. And supports usually, they don't want to leech the levels away from their carry, so they are just getting very late levels. But now we see that Lion getting a level 9, now level 11. Just, he's so efficient right now. And Sheep onto Rubik again. And here comes the stun, and Fish is just gonna fall. The only thing that was needed was Brewmaster Blink in Clap to slow down the enemy, so that Shen-GG could catch up and lay down the Hex and the Earth Spike smackdown. And I must say, it looked very bad for Invasion since the start, but look at that, the goal graph, the experience graph just going back up, and now they want to go on Roshan. They know Rubik is dead, and they know it's a 4v5, because Magnus doesn't even have the RP now, so they will be able to take down that Rush fairly easily. Except that they're scared, they will be able to take it. Bai is even gonna scout out to make sure that no one is going to try to sneak that Aegis away. Magnus is gonna use the skewer there. No, not the skewer, the shockwave. Maybe wanting to get something done, but Blink up. Brewmaster is just gonna blink in, use the ultimate, try to catch someone. Magnus is gonna skewer away. He has the Nex in him, and he's gonna get caught. This tornado is gonna land, and now it's the dead Magnus. We see Lyster coming out. We see Anti-Mage coming and actually dealing a shit ton of damage. And now everyone goes down for the Radiant side. It's going haywire for them. Rubik has stolen the Earth Panda, I mean the Primal Split. But here comes Shen-Ji, almost killing Lastio. Lastio is still alive though. He's gonna fall, but the PL has the Aegis. Very good shackle shot, keeping the bear and the PL shackled together. But hence, I'm not knowing what he stay there. He is delaying the enemy. The buybacks are taking effect, and now it's gonna be For Love falling down to all those buybacks. Rubik dies, everyone dies. It's going absolutely horrible for Love right now. Invasion showing that they are able to take down the Chinese teams like no one else, and really playing well here. The team fights are going perfectly well, even though the Rubik stole down that Primal Splits. Buyback status, if we take a look right now, we had the Brewmaster buying back, we had the Lion buying back, and we have buying back. So it's still a lot of buybacks on the Radiant side, but they did make the buyback count. The problem about most buybacks sometimes is that the teams buy back and the fight actually ends before something happens. So you just buy back for nothing. You just spend a lot of gold for pretty much nothing. Whereas here, this fight was very long, and Invasion.Gigabyte, the players did manage to get back into the fight before the fight ended and take down 4, if not 5 of the enemy heroes. I don't really remember. I think like the only guy to survive was the Anti-Mage or something. Windrunner is gonna get stunned, and Shen-Ji comes in. This is gonna be a very dead Windrunner again. One more right click is gonna spell her doom. She is gonna use a shackle before, but not able to do much here. And that pushing from Invasion, that relentless push, is working so well. Again, last year I get caught out of position. A lot of people get just caught out of position, and the entangle. Oh, he's gonna just go into a creep and get away. But that could have been disastrous if he wasn't lucky there. If there was like one unlucky entangle going down on here, he could have been in a huge amount of trouble. Now, remember, we still have anti-fun in the game. And knowing the Chinese teams, they are the most likely to bring back the game with an anti-fun. Just have to be careful not to blink into the enemies though. Otherwise you'll be in huge trouble. He sees the Phantom Lancer illusions, he's gonna, nope! Fuck that, I'm out of there. Bai is gonna try to catch him, but very wisely he will be TPing out to make sure that he doesn't run into a gang squad of death. So I was saying, Anti-Mage, handled by the Chinese, anti-fun, he has earned his reputation. And no one actually forgets what an anti-mage can do in their late game. But remember also what Cancer Lancer can do. And Cancer Lancer is no fun at all as well. So Lion again gets a freebie on the bottom lane. Going down for that. And it's actually very hard because as long as you don't have the invisibility vision, the Sentry Wars, Nyx Assassin can pretty much be everywhere, and that's why he's so highly valued right now. You know, a lot of people used to say, you know, it's safe players, they won't get caught, they're Sentry Wars, blah blah blah, it's easy to counter. But it just doesn't work that way. You just can't sentry the entire map. It's just too costly to do that. So Nyx Assassin will always find those pickoffs as soon as you're not playing carefully, or as soon as you're not in a 5-man position anymore. Phantom Lancer is gonna come back and farm some more. He's gonna have the Harass very soon. And again, 8k. Very wisely gonna TP back because we have the Lion coming back. And Lion's actually quite, I was gonna say poor, but is there anything flying on the courier? Yeah, okay, so he's not poor. He has a 4-staff coming up to him. And Hayes has the Aghanim Scepter already. So everything's going way better than expected. We see that the Experience Graph dipping down and up again. Gold Graph dipping down and up again. So now, I'm not gonna say it's Invasion's game to lose, but because it's still too early to say that the game is decided. There's no Rax that has fallen down, and we have a Nex plus an Anti-Mage plus we have a Magnus on one team. So that's all that is required for a comeback. Oh, blink in, clap on 2, fish, Zippo is in a lot of trouble. Zippo is going to get caught, and the stun actually get Magnus before he uses the RP. He's gonna be able to use RP, but he only catches the Nyx Assassin and the bear as well. Some pandas. He's gonna fall now. Hansen is gonna shackle onto 2 illusions only. He's gonna be sent into the air. No, the Storm Spirit is just gonna go onto that poor Rubik. And now Anti-Mage is caught in the middle of no man's land. He's gonna fall. Your spell shield is not gonna lessen that hex duration, and 4 seconds is just way enough for everyone to take you down. Buyback by the Magnus, buyback by the Anti-Mage. And they want to defend those racks at all costs. Will they be able though? We see that the bear now has the Malshun plus the Hyperstone. The next is gonna go in. He wants to go on Shen.Gig. He knows that it's very vital target, but they just can't bring him down. And now it's gonna be a sheep onto Lifestealer again. The blind is gonna go on Anti-Mage. He's missing 75% of his attacks. Only 1 attack out of 4 is doing anything, and he's just not able to do that. The racks still stand, but the tower fall, and a lot of buybacks were expanded. 1, 2, 3 buybacks, and no one on Invasion side actually died in this fight. Plus they took down a tower. Invasion must be grinning right now. Their smile is probably up to their ears, and AK is still trying to farm up. He is going for a BKB. He knows that the disable is just too much. And also, even if he doesn't get disabled, yeah, that Drunken Haze is gonna just annoy the hell out of him. 75% chance of missing. That's 1 attack out of 4 that you're actually landing on anyone. And if you're missing, you're not cleaving anyway. So the illusions, they will still be here. They will still be draining off your mana, because Diffusal Blade is up, and the Diffusal Blade level 2 is coming as well. So even more mana drain. And they're losing map control. That's the problem. That's the issue here. They need to find space. They need to find time. They need to find farm on that Anti-Mage and on that Lifestealer. And most importantly, they need to have a big RP. Right now the RP have not been that huge, and the only RP that have been good have been RP when no one was near. And an RP that catches 4, but when no one is actually with you, is a bad RP anyway. Because you're not going to be able to kill anyone, and you have wasted your RP. And Invasion, they will be knocking at the middle lane door again. The Rexes are the price, and they want that. They want to get this. Lifestealer is going to go for a Skull Basher. He wants a lockdown. He wants to be able to eat Shen.Gig alive, but Shen.Gig is very tanky right now. He has 1.2k health, and he has a Force Staff to get away. The Shackle is not gonna latch, not gonna do anything, and the melee Rex is just getting pounded down like no one's business. It is gonna go down before anything actually happens, and they can just stop there. They can just buy, they can just back now, but it looked like they just won the range Rex as well. And that is just the power I was saying of the Spirit Bear, plus the Phantom Lancer do the same thing. You don't need to go in. You don't need to go high ground. The Bear goes high ground. You stay on the bottom ground, and the Phantom Lancer illusion even provides more damage. We see AK actually blinking back. He doesn't want to fight there. And now he's waiting for his ally to come in, looking for a straggler, looking for a kill. Are they going to be able to find any? It looks like AK is just going to go into farm mode again. And he's close to that BKB, but can they really do that? Invasion, if they keep on not getting... Oh, Shen.Gig is gonna run into Lifestealer, but he has a Force Staff, and there we go, kited around. Lifestealer is not gonna be able to do much. He's gonna get also skew. Oh, here comes a good RP on Shen.Gig, but Shen.Gig is still not dead, and there's only 2 of them. They are gonna all fall down. 8k blinks in. He's gonna get that Shen.Gig with his ultimate, but now he's out of mana. He cannot blink away. He cannot do anything. He's gonna get locked down and killed. And hence, he is trying to run away. The Shackle is gonna land onto 2. Very good Shackle, but is he gonna be able to get away? It looks like he will. Fish, though. I mean, Zippo might not be. Oh, Zippo is gonna TP away. Oh, no! Entangle! Oh, cruel destiny. Zippo, first hit Entangle. GG is gonna get called. Full Love taps out of this one. So, I would say I wasn't expecting that. For Love, I was giving them the edge over the others in that group. But Invasion showing me wrong. Telling me, you know what? We are just as able to take down this team. We are just as proficient. FZ, you're gonna go into MUFC. We're gonna show that we are still a team without you, and that we can still stand and fight. And ShenGG, I must say, this game, ShenGG and Hayes, MVPs, really doing well. That Lion pick working wonders. And we're gonna jump into the next game of today. It's gonna be First Departure versus Chain Stack. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching. If you liked, please remember to follow the channel or follow me on Twitter. And well, that's gonna be it. Game number 3 coming up soon.